going on, people? Welcome to Road Trip Extra. This is not our road trip to Old Trafford. This is actually our road trip to Carrington. We have got the press conference coming up with you guys later on, and hopefully we can speak to Erik ten Hag and or a Manchester United player. Don't know who will be in the press here, and open training session. But the work does not stop there. There has been big news in the sort of aftermath of last night, really, that I thought it was too important not to cover this morning. Obviously, I'm on the road. We will have Red Room as well, followed by this, but I had to talk about it because the takeover situation, the deadline has been set. There will be no more bids after this third round. Kind of sound like Carve there. There will be no more bids after this third round of bids for the acquisition of Manchester United. Now, what I'm being told is that the Glazers would be willing to put a final price on Manchester United. Now, I'm making that bit up. Don't take that bit's not real. I don't I don't know that bit.
You're not disgraced.
Yeah, I'm a cheat. That bit was entering into, like, I'm starting to tell lies. And I'm not going to do a KG on you guys. But the facts are the facts. What we do know, like I said, what broke last night, which is really important to talk about though, is the fact that there's not going to be any more bidding after this third round. And look, it's so funny how things change quite quickly, having not changed for quite a while. Me and KG were talking about it on the Flexing KG show, and he was very comfortable with the fact that there is a third round, and he was even saying that he thinks there's going to be a fourth round because they're going to keep going to get more and more money. Also, what had been reported yesterday is that a full sale still remains likely. Now, there's two sides to look at it, isn't there? I mean, if you were nervous and apprehensive yesterday in terms of it entering into a third round bid and thinking, oh, they're just going to get a fourth and they're going to try and get more money, then now you look at it and say, well, there's definitely not going to be any more bidding after this. So the Glazers, if they're going to sell the club, they need to, agree on this price. But for there to not be a fourth round of bidding, you would argue, or you would presume, if it's on the positive side, that they feel that they're close to a number that they would sell the club for. Obviously, again, there's still five private bidders that we don't know anything about, and obviously the two public bidders that we do know about are Sir Jim Ratcliffe and Sheikh Jassim. That still seems to be the case. However, I think there's an indication that if the Glazers want to sell the club, clearly, because there's not going to be a fourth round of bidding, this third round where the buyers have to submit their bids, this better be good. This better be good. And I'm not saying it hasn't been good already, because obviously it's been a world record amount that's been tabled, and the greedy Glazers just want more. But this is their last chance to impress the Glazers in terms of what money they want to put down. This is your last opportunity to say final offer. This is final offer. This is last chance saloon. The Glazers don't want a fourth round of bidding. Is there posturing? Could there be a fourth round of bidding after hearing this? I don't know. I find it unlikely. I think that this is the last round of bidding, as we're being told, and that kind of it makes me encouraged, but at the same time it makes me nervous, because, like I said, knowing that there's no more rounds, if Sheikh Jassim or Sir Jim Ratcliffe or any of the five other private bidders go, I don't know, 5.2 is our final offer, we're not going to give you 6, 5.2 or nothing, and then one of the others says, well, 5.4 or nothing, we're not going near that 6 billion, we're not doing it. Then the Glazers, it opens it up for them to say, nah, we may stay, we may stay. Now, I still think they're going to sell. I still do. I'm going to go on the side of optimistic, glass half full with this, in terms of, this news, because I just think that it's very interesting that things hadn't moved for a while, and now all of a sudden we're getting no more bids, and April 28th is the deadline. And actually what was really interesting as well is there was another report saying that actually that period of exclusivity, where it can make the process take longer, if everything goes to plan, that may not be the case anymore. We could see a takeover process very similar to the one like Chelsea's in that time period, whereby once the bid has been accepted, etc., the process after that, i.e. entering into that period of exclusivity that we've heard so much about, with it taking a while longer, that may not be the case. We may be able to see something sooner than that. So actually, I think it's positive. I really do. I'm going to go with, I think they're going to have a full sale of the club. It's still nervy, of course it is. There's nothing concrete yet. We don't know what these last bids are going to be. We don't know exactly what the second bids were, but we just know that they were world records. So we know that they were, I think, over 4 and a bit billion as a minimum. I think the reports were that Sheikh Jassim offered about 4.5 billion. So you're assuming that second round to entice the Glazers would have been closer to 5 billion, maybe 5 and a bit. So this second round, surely it's got to be touching 5.5. And maybe, hopefully, in the case of, I know we don't want to give the Glazers what they want, but we do in terms of give them the money to piss off. Excuse my French so early in the morning. But hopefully it does touch the 6 billion mark. You know, that would be fantastic for that to happen, because we just want the Glazers to, like KG was saying, we want the Glazers to be so enticed by that offer that they sell. You know, we want them to be so enticed that they go, give them an offer that is too good to turn down. And like I said, the fact that they're putting in this situation that there's no more bids, maybe that's their signal. We are getting close. We are getting close to something that we will sell this football club for, because we think one more, basically they're saying they think that one more round of bids will do it, you know? Or they're saying, or even they're saying, we don't want this to drag on anymore. We want this club sold, you know? I'm going to go with the positive. Like I said, it can still be that, no, we're going to stay. It's not definite, but I think that with saying that there's no more bids after this would suggest that they're happy in terms of nearly there. And secondly, like I said, no more bids because, right, we're done with that process now. We want to accept one of them. So for me, surely the club's got to get sold. And that goes with the report of saying the most likely outcome is that the club will get sold. So a massive development, to be honest with you guys. One that I didn't expect so soon. Just as me and Owen were saying in the morning, you know, we had the news that people were becoming frustrated. Bidders were becoming frustrated with the Glazers at the process. It was taking so long, and people were getting basically annoyed that it was you know, taking too long. And then you're thinking, is this going to be one of the ones where, you know, bidders start dropping out because the Glazers aren't serious? They're just trying to drive up the price, and they're just trying to get a situation where they can stay at the club. We've gone from that, and in the space of 24 hours, well, less than 24 hours, because this broke last night, we've gone from that to the fact that now it's moving quite quickly. So that's a positive. I'm happy about that. So let me know what you guys think about the takeover. Let me know how you guys feel. Do you think it's a positive, or are you still very skeptical? I'm very wary about the Glazers' intention during this. And a little bit of transfer news as well. Obviously, The Athletic broke the news yesterday that Jude Bellingham is now no longer a target of Liverpool. They have dropped out of the race to sign him. Now, you might be thinking, why on earth does that concern Manchester United? That's Liverpool transfer news. Well, you know, interestingly enough, if you spoke to a lot of Liverpool fans, which I did, because I know quite a few, Jude Bellingham went to a concert with Trent. He went to a Chris Brown concert. So that means football friends. Oh, that means he's coming Liverpool. Oh yeah. Oh, AGT told me. Oh, come on, bro. Look how he celebrated with Henderson in the World Cup. Oh wow. Oh, look at that, man. Who was it against Senegal? Oh, look how he celebrated. Oh, that means he's coming Liverpool. FSG come out and said we're not part of it. Too expensive. So The Athletic and Fabrizio Romano have confirmed that Liverpool are not in for Jude Bellingham. However, okay, yeah, laugh at Liverpool, whatever, because their rebuild they need someone like him. However, how does it affect us? Well, what it means is that, which we kind of knew already, Manchester United, Chelsea, Real Madrid, PSG, and I think, did I say Manchester City? Manchester City as well are all interested in the signature of Jude Bellingham. The package looking at about £130 million. Does it excite me that we're in the race? I'll be honest, not really, because I don't think that we would shell out 130 million for him over getting a striker. The striker, like we spoke about, that we're gonna need, unless something left happens that we don't know about, which you can never rule it out, to be honest. That's true in football, you can never rule it out. But the striker we're gonna get, we already know, if it's Harry Kane, is gonna cost just under 100 million or somewhere thereabouts. If we try and get Osimhen, it's going to cost that. Even Gonzalo Ramos at Benfica, look what that's going to cost. You know, extraordinary amounts of money. So unless we get a young forward that is going to be our main striker that we spend significantly less on, I can't see us going for Jude Bellingham at £130 million. Now, there were reports that we will be financially bolstered with getting into the Champions League. Now, that hasn't happened yet. We've still got a lot of work to do to make sure that does happen, but we're on course to do it. And now we've got a bit of positive news about the takeover being potentially quick. Maybe we're not as worried as we were about, you know, the transfer window being affected by the lack of the sale of the club not being complete yet. That's what I was on yesterday. That was what my problem was. But I think Jude Bellingham obviously would have him. Obviously, he's what we need. He's what a lot of teams would need. He'd slot straight into Man City. I can't see him going Real Madrid at this stage, though. I don't know. I don't know if that's the right move for him yet. I think he wants to come to the Premier League. PSG, could that be an option? Of course, he'd win the league every year, be in the Champions League every year, getting to play with Mbappe, Messi if he still stays there, Neymar. He could be the face of that in midfield. You know, Verratti's getting on a little bit. Yeah, I don't know. I think he could sooner go Man City before he comes to us. You know what Man City are like. They go and get Haaland from Dortmund, big money move. You know, try and go and get Bellingham. I just don't think. I don't think we would land Bellingham. Let me know what you guys think. Would I want him? Absolutely. I think he's brilliant. But for 130 million, when I'm not sure what our transfer kitty is going to look like, I would imagine it's going to be one or the other. If it's i.e. Bellingham or the big boy striker. We can't afford to get a big boy striker for, like I said, 90 million plus and go and get Jude Bellingham. It just isn't going to work. So unless Erik ten Hag's got a trick up his sleeve, then I can't see it. But let me know what you guys think. That is your latest Manchester United news. Thanks for joining us on Road Trip Extra, and I'll see you guys later on from Carrington, match preview as well. Hopefully we'll be at Old Trafford, take a sneak peek at Sevilla, see what they have to offer. I think we're going to their training session, we'll find out later, but I think that's the case. And we'll see you all again soon. Take care, peace.